Hello everyone, this is Gladys from Gladys Creations. Today I am doing a collaboration, Just Our Imagination, with the host Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIYs and Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs, and the guest host is Lynn at Fidget DIYs. Today we have to craft with some really odd things. So let's get on with project number one and see what's going on. These are the items that we must craft with. Isn't that crazy? Uh-huh. But here I go. I'm doing the plastic food container. Okay. I paint it with white chalk paint to prime it. Then I use this chalk paint that I'm trying from Krylon, I'm sorry, and it is the color is called Antique Burgundy. Now, when I first paint it, it looks kind of purplish, um, but it gets darker as it dries. Okay, and then after I paint it, I'm going to put the white school glue on it. Okay, and then after that, I'm gonna crackle, okay, and I'm gonna show you up to just the first panel that I do, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. I was kind of scared with doing this because this is such thin plastic. I was so scared that I was gonna burn a hole, so I wanted to take my time and do it really slow. So there, I take my brush and I'm brushing on antique white. Okay, there you see, and I'm using one of those cheap chippy brushes, okay, because I don't want a thick coat of paint there. All right, and there I'm putting in the heat, and I'm kind of scared, so I'm going real slow. I have it on low, and I keep moving it back and forth, like Speedy Gonzalez. I think that's why it looks like it's really fast, but it is fast. I'm moving it really fast because I'm scared of melting it because it's really thin. And you see it already started bubbling up. So so what I did was I did it off camera because I didn't want to keep you sitting there watching me do this in slow-mo. So now I'm going to do the lid the same way, and then I'm going to brush over the pieces that I'm going to be using for the legs and the top, okay? So I dry brush them. I got lost for words there. Huh. And I'm doing that also in the antique white. I should have just brushed, dry brushed the whole thing. It would have been so much easier and less paint, but I don't know. I just wanted it to look kind of a wood finish, like kind of. I didn't want it to look like plastic, and then cheap plastic like that. But there you go, and then I'm doing the edges with the antique white also. Yeah, and you won't even see that, but I did it just in case you can see it because I'm going to be wrapping that with twine. All right. And it's actually rope that I'm going to be tying it with, wrapping it with. And oh my gosh. Now I'm going to tell you that was a mission. All right. But first, I'm going to show you that I'm going to paint that with that same antique burgundy where it's red. That's the only thing that I'm going to paint there. That's what I'm telling you. And doing the white dots. But I also paint the windows because you seen them? They're on the mushroom. They were painted red. And then down in the front of the house, they were painted the same color as the house. So it made it look like an abandoned house. So I painted it up really cute. All right. So then I put that to the side after I paint it. And there I'm cutting out these pictures that I'm going to be using. Now, the picture that I'm putting on the glass and on the outside perimeter, those papers, that one that I'm doing right now that I'm decoupaging, they are clear coat painted, okay? Spray painted to give it that glossy look. So it made the paper really thick. So that's why I ripped it not in camera. I did it off camera and stuff because it was really thick and really tough to rip. I even put water on it and it wouldn't rip. So that's why I did that. And then I Mod Podged it on, did the corners, the edges, and everything, and then ironed it up. And after I ironed it, I went and did the corners again because they were like coming loose. They were like lifting, which was weird because usually when you iron it on, that it adheres nice, but it didn't want to. But here I'm marking where I have to put the ending part of the pictures that I wanted to put on the canvases. Now the inside part, I didn't clear coat those. Okay, and if it smears, that's fine. Not a problem. I just didn't want it to smear on the outside because I wanted to have that glossy look to it and stuff, and I didn't want that to happen. And you see the edges were lifting on this one too. I don't know what was going on, why it was lifting, but there I'm showing you the difference, how you can see the difference between the shiny, the one that's clear coated and not. It's like there was a big color difference. All right, and then here, that's the inside part. And so I was worried about it bleeding, and it didn't bleed. It didn't bleed at all. I was really shocked and surprised. And it was easier to iron them on, those. The other side was so hard to iron on. I think it was because of the clear coat. All right, now I peel back that part because I had left it on there because I wanted it to protect it. And there I was clearing out some bubbles that I saw and I didn't want to see. Then I'm gluing that board to the acrylic glass, the acrylic board, all right, to the edge. And then I do a little bead on the outside. And then I do the other side. And then I do the same thing. I add a bead on the outside. And that way it's reinforced well and it won't come apart. Okay, because hot glue and glass or acrylic, well, with acrylic it sticks more, but it can't come apart. I don't know what it is with glass and hot glue. Even with the acrylic, sometimes it doesn't want to stay. But this is for now, for Christmas, and stuff. So it's fine. If it falls apart in a month, it's fine. And then there's the jute rope that I'm going to be using. Now, that jute rope, it's nice, it's pretty, but it's stiff. Like, it is stiff, so stiff. You're going to see how I glue it on and it pops right off. It just lifts it right back up. And so I did it the other way, that it would be the way the curl is going. And then I hold it down for a while. And since I have to hold it down while I'm gluing, because I have to hold it down for a little bit, and then I can let it go and continue. So, and I have to do it section at a time. And I had to do 4 rows of this. So I didn't want to keep you. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the second row, the beginning. See how I get to the second row? I'm showing you how I'm adding the glue actually to the rope and not really to the bow because I'm scared of melting the bow. All right, so there I show you till I go around the corner there, and then I continue on. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like all done and the lid. And then I'm going to add the top on the lid, the holder, and the little bead there. And then I'm going to attach the legs, which are those little Christmas trees you could get at Dollar Tree. And I do them on the inside because of the weight that this is going to have. I want them in the inside. I didn't want it to bevel in, so I put the legs in the inside. Then here I messed up and I put the paint on the inside. But it was a good thing because you could see right through. And you see that little splat that's there on the bottom? I had to clean that off because you could see that on the other side. So, so it was a good thing that I did paint it in the inside and on the outside. So there, I'm painting the inside, the outside on the sides, and the outside the inside on top. Okay, to blend in the sky. And then, like Kathy Jo says, and then, no, and then. I love when she says that. She kills me when she says that. All right. And then there I'm showing you how there's multifunctional purposes of this. That you could use it as a container. And then you could also use it like I am, decorating it. And making it like almost like if it was a cloche. Now there you see that blue mirror that I put in there. I don't end up using that. I don't know. It just looked really crowded in there. So there I'm fighting with the lights, and I'm putting it on the tree, and that was difficult because everything it kept getting tangled everywhere. And then after I wrap it all around the tree, I put in the house. And there, see, I took the mirror out. I was like, no mirror. And that looks so cute. It came out so stinking cute. I didn't think, at first when I was looking at it, I was like, oh no. And then I put some snow in it. But there it goes. Look at how cute. It's so adorable. It's a little wonky, but it's because of the heat. Like I said, it warped on me. Okay. Well, here's project number 2. All right. And we're going to use these birdies. And oh my God, I thought this was going to be the easiest craft in the world. And that this was going to be no problem. That I was just going to glue this together and be done with it in 10 minutes. No, not true. There I take my X-Acto knife and cut the top off. I took the red part off first, then I took the top part off. But I left a little bit of an edge so I could be able to glue it down. It didn't want to glue to the styrofoam. Then I said, okay, let me take a break here to think. So I wrapped the lights around the cone styrofoam that I'm going to use. Oh, and by the way, I cut that in half, and then I cut it. And you don't see that part on the video, but I had to push the lights up a little bit and cut it almost another inch because it didn't fit for what I wanted to do. Okay, so there I wrap that those lights because I really wanted it to like glow a lot, like stand out a lot. And there I'm showing you that it has like the flashing and the fade in and fade out. Then I take the birdies. Now, here we go. I figured that out. What I was going to do is cut the edges, cut it in half, cut the edges, and then glue 2 of them together, the top and then the bottom. And then I I take those two pieces, wrap it around. Oh, and then I saw that it was a little bit, there was a little piece there that I forgot to cut off. Then I wrap it around and I glue it to the top part there, like that. And then I glue it to the first little point. I glue them together. Then I take and do the other side. And I go and do that. And that's the second row. Okay. And then I'm going to glue the top right there. No, I'm not making an angel. That's what I thought. When I looked at it, I was like, wait, this looks like an angel. This does not look like a tree. Yes, I was making a tree, but it looked like an angel. Yep. And then when I make it and I put it in where I'm going to put it at, it looked like a bell. Yeah. So, yeah. It was a funny Christmas tree. But there I take my X-Acto knife and I glue the top, the little peak right there, and glue to the second point. Okay, because I want it to be a little bit smaller. And then I go all the way up to the edge. And then I end up ripping that one off. Okay? And I think I did it off camera. Because I did this, went through all this of gluing it together again, put it back on there. And I think off camera, I took it off and just glued the top part there because it was too tall. And then I think I showed you that I glue on a snowflake for the top because I did it. My stars were way too small. You see the top right there and you see the snowflake? I end up painting the snowflake and everything and don't even put it on. Okay? So there I had cut it again and there you go. You see I put on. Now, in order for it to stay still and stuff, because I didn't want to adhere to the cone, I just took some straight pins that were colorful and I put red and green ones all over it to make it look like little Christmas balls on a tree. See, and there I actually glue on the snowflake, but I take it off. And then I make a silver little bow. And there I tried doing it like the awareness ribbon. I said, nope, chuck that. It looks sloppy. So then I did just a shoe string tie bow thingamajigger. I don't know how you call it, but yeah, I take that and then I leave the ends long and I curl them up, and there you go. And but I do take the snowflake off. Okay, at the end you'll see that I do that. Okay, so here's the fishbowl. I take that candlestick that gave me so many problems and clean it up. And then here I'm gluing. Do you see the bottle to my left there? I took the top of that and put it in the candle holder and put the candle holder on the top. And I glue it with the Gorilla Glue and hot glue combination. Glue that down just like so. Then I take some bling bling. I haven't used bling bling in so long. You know that this bling bling only cost me $1 at Dollar Tree, and look at how thick it is. Now you only get like 2 rolls, and they're ugly. They have the ugly colors. I have ones that were square. And they only cost me $1 because it was when Dollar Tree was $1, and I have tons of it. Because I used to love the bling bling. Yeah, I used to love that stuff. And then I don't know, I guess I grew up. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, so I put some bling bling, as I call it, one strip, and then on the top here, right where the ball connects to the candle holder, I put 2 rows. So you don't see that little gap there. So I filled that up like that. And that's all I did with that. Then I take it and I clean it up a little bit because there's the glue webs everywhere, my fingerprints from me painting. Look, you see how dirty my hands are? Because I did this all in one day. These crafts, I did them all in one day because I was not going to join the collab and stuff. And I said, yeah. All right. Now, you see that thing on the bottom? That's made from a glue gun, a glue stick. I took a lid and put the lid, put plastic, parchment paper over it, and then did the squiggly lines. Okay. And here it is the final review. If you want to see anything or know anything or have any questions, please comment down below. I will answer you right away. I don't, unless I'm working, because when I'm working, I'm not allowed on my phone. My phone is locked up in a locker. But I will get back to you as soon as I get a break or after work, okay? But I wanted to say too that I have Buy Me a Coffee and my Cash App there. If you want to give a donation to help support my channel, I would greatly appreciate that. You don't have to. I mean, I'm just asking if you want to. You're more than welcome to do so. If let's say you want to send me Happy Mail, email me and I'll give you an address as to where you can send it to. Okay, I will not post my address open like that on my YouTube channel. Okay, so there is the, look at how cute. It's so stinking cute, all lit up. It looks so nice. And I really enjoyed doing this, and I'm glad that I did it. I wasn't going to do it, and I'm glad that I did. And I want to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. You mean the world to me, and you are the ones that motivate me. Okay? So watch the playlist below. There's a lot of good crafters there. And yeah, and check out Kathy Joe, the guest host, and also Brenda. They're all amazing people. Okay, thank you. Stay blessed and have a great rest of your week, and see you on the next one. Bye.